Okay, so in this video I just wanted to cover how you can use database objects with Windows Communication Foundation or something similar. It's not really about database objects, it's more so about how you can use it within that context of communicating with some sort of external entity or entities. So what I've done here is I'm going to just create a web service, and it's going to expose a couple of methods, and we have a quick look at here. We've got getting a product and saving a product, and I've got a product class here, which is just really a DTO, a data transfer object that's really just used for communication. You can see here I've flattened the category name, so in the actual model we've got product.category.name, so things like that. So you can perhaps flatten it. You might want to transform it in some way before you send it over the wire. So it's pretty simple, really. In the product service, I've got it will load the model using connection string and essentially grab the product. So this is going to be the actual model, and then sending that back over the wire. And conversely, when the product is sent back for an update, then we just load up the actual product, the model's product, and update the properties and save it. I guess you could use some sort of auto mapper or tool or something to automatically set these properties, but just here for simplicity I've got that done. I've done that explicitly. So this model I think works well. You've got a clear separation of concerns with regards to what's sent over the wire and what's actually part of the model. So you don't really, typically here you might want to have some validation that this product name is valid and that the ID exists and all that sort of stuff. You'll get that for free here. If that ID is dodgy, you'll get some sort of exception, and that will push back to the client. But things like if the name is too long or something like that, then you've got some validation. You should typically have some validation to save anyway, and that should propagate back to the client. I'll just spin that up now. Okay, so let's just have a look at it from the endpoint's perspective. So if we've got a product called try, we run that, we get some data back. Okay, that's great. And conversely, if we call save product, we can push some data through. So we know the ID is 1. Let's call it try renamed. Let's change the price to $12. And if we have a quick look in the database now, that should be updated. So I guess the key points here really are how that hooks into database objects. And really here with the products, I've got the key thing is that I'm using let's have a look here. I'm using the object, so this will get based on the ID, so that will use the distinct value, which is distinct field, which is the product ID. So you can basically pass the product ID through here and get the product out, and then update it and save it, whatever. So that's typically what you do, I guess. Anyway, I just thought that would be useful to explain that within that context. So that's pretty much it.